recording, the little box will jump up on your screen. You need to click got it, and it should wipe it away, and then we should be good to go. So again, always starting with a comfortable seated meditation. Hands in your lap or on your legs or somewhere that feels comfortable. Chin slightly down so that the crown is as if being drawn up. Base of the skull's open. Eyes closed, bringing your awareness, your perception in, as we have a tendency for our perceptive abilities to always be going out, looking at the outside world, which is, of course, great and necessary, but also we want to notice that that can be exhausting of our chi if we're out. And so this skill of being able to turn it around and send that awareness in, and possibly even send that awareness down towards that space behind the belly button, deep into the belly. That's where the Taoists and Chinese medicine folks say the central battery, the central reservoir is. Breathing, you can just breathe naturally. You can also encourage your inhale to go a little longer and more full. Holding the breath there, and then you can exhale long and smooth out to the empty. And hold there for a little, and then breathe in again. So we'll just take maybe a minute, just a short meditation. On your own time, taking longer for meditation is a great idea. So find time daily if possible. Our body is made up of many moving parts, so we want to move all of them. Hands on your thighs. Slide the hands back, pull the elbows back, shoulder blades back. Lift the chest a little and look up towards the ceiling, to the sky. And then do the opposite, sliding the hands forward till they just go a little past the kneecaps, and drop the head and gently round back. And then again, sliding the hands back, elbows back, chest up, chin up, look up. And slide the hands forward. Straighten the elbows, drop the head. And we'll do this a few times. You might add inhale as you pull elbows back. Exhale as you round. 2 more. Settle to the middle, back to that meditation posture. Go right into your rotations. Left hand forward, right hand back. Turn the shoulders, turn the head. Just a little gentle twist. And then switch. And switch. Just keep switching back and forth at your own pace. After you finish your next one to your left, then come back to the middle. Arms hang alongside you, softly leaning to the right. Left wrist floats up. And then softly leaning back to middle and to the left as right wrist floats up. Now, right hand is up high, extend it forward. Left hand is down low, bring it underneath. So it's high and low and forward and back. Now bring this back hand up like you're going to try to tickle your own armpit. So it comes up this inside route. As that's happening, the right hand goes down. Now the left hand goes forward. Right hand goes back. Right hand's coming up as the left hand is going down. Simultaneous. Right hand forward, left hand back. Right hand down, left hand tickle the armpit. Continue. So there's a standing exercise we're going to do with this arm movement momentarily in a little bit. So just find this here and notice when your arm is going down, shift a little over to that buttock. And shift to this buttock. So this has a little bit of the movement of the spine. Starts to loosen up shoulders. Now reverse. The high hand comes in and tucks under the armpit. And as it goes down, the other arm goes forward and up. So we've got high and low, forward and back. Now the high hand comes back as the low hand swings under and forward and then goes down. Try to find this flow here. Again, the movements don't have to be the same size as mine. They can be smaller, right? But they've got the same wheel-like gesture, right? So now I'm doing very small, or like Michelle, I know your shoulders give you problems. So you could be doing it here. You see how small my movement is? But I've still got forward and back. I've got up and down. So that can also be this, right? And both hands down. Now, shoulders, lift right shoulder blade up, melt it all the way down. Left shoulder blade up, melt it down. Right, down. Left, down. Now both. Down. One more. So that's elevation, depression. The other things the shoulder blades can do is back towards each other. That's called retraction. And then away from each other. That's called protraction. And notice when I'm in the protracted state, my chest has to kind of hollow back. Relax to neutral. Retract. Chest has to lift. Relax to neutral. Everything's settled and happy. And then protract. The chest has to sink a little. Now, from this forward position in the shoulders, lift up. From the up position, stay up and go back. In the back position, stay back and slide down. And then in the down position, come to neutral, so you're totally relaxed. And then go again to the forward position, or protract elevate, retract, depress, under. So then we just make these circles. And again, the movement can be smaller based on your pain, based on your stiffness, and just round by round, you soften the tissue and allow for freer joint motion. One more. And we reverse, going back, up, forward while staying up, and then down. Through neutral, back, up, over the top. And settle. Take your hands on your thighs, just let the shoulders rest for a moment. Note any new sensations, note any areas that maybe were glued together that hopefully are feeling a little more space so that the interstitial fluid and lubricant can move. Whereas when we're stiff, all that's stuck and there's not this flow that we're looking for. So we're opening up so that there's flow. Now arms hang alongside you. Loose as can be from this place up here, like a pendulum swinging. Like a pendulum. So swing both arms from that point on either side. Softly swing forward, softly swing back. Now forward, from the forward position, go away from the body, around a circle and behind you a little bit. In, and then swing. Around. In, swing. This is level 1, hands down low. Let's go to level 2, hands come up a little bit, out, down. There's a lot of room out in front, but not a corresponding amount behind. So just go back behind the amount that feels good. Don't crank your joints. Level 3, we come up, we keep rising. And come down the backside. Forward, this is kind of a closed position. This is an opening. 2 more. Just feel those circles, those pivots, those easy wheels and pathways to move the body. Now, swinging back, let's go level 1 in the other direction, around to the front, swing. Level 2, you let them rise a little bit, come flat, drop. Drop. Again, especially with the Parkinson's idea, but this is true for anyone practicing Tai Chi. Let's go to level 3. You're trying to find the way to move the body without tension. So that's the Tai Chi goal, is to become a hydraulic body, right? And from my experience working with Parkinson's folks, tension is not something you can afford. When you try to move and the body is tense, it gets, the nervous system can't make it operate quite as well. So this finding of ease and this training of ease seems to me like a very worthy goal. Now, bend the elbows, hands come up to here. Now this little series helps to really unpack the tension in the chest, shoulders, upper back. So elbows go out and up, and then down, and then around in front and squeeze. Touch the elbows together if you can. And then down, out and up, and just again, find that way through. Down, around and in, down, out and up, down, and around and in. Now, the next one in this little set, elbows back, squeezing the muscles between the shoulder blades, opening this front area here. Elbows down, hands naturally are up. Elbows forward, hands naturally go over the shoulder. Elbows up, hands naturally down your back. And then elbows forward, down, back, down, forward, up. Find the ease, round by round, addition by subtraction. You're polishing a pathway, you're clearing debris, you're softening tension so that eventually that movement happens easily. Now, from here, elbows out again, palms face the floor, one above, one below. The below one goes under the armpit, hug your own body. Crawl the fingers around, give yourself a bear hug, and then releasing that, elbows float open out to the side. Now, again, notice I'm not going behind my body back here. I'm going out towards the side. Then other arm above, other arm below, closing in the front, rounding the back. Elbows go out, switch. Out, switch. Couple more. Elbows down. Rest the arms for a moment. Just take 3 breaths. Lift the hands just a touch. Turn palms up, down. Notice how you are accomplishing this movement is forearm, pronation, supination. There's 2 bones in your forearm and they have a little pivot point that we can utilize. The next time your palms are face up, keep them face up. Hands go apart. Notice my elbows are staying close to my body and my hands are getting apart. How are you accomplishing this? From this little joint here, the ball and socket, external rotation, come back towards neutral. Now from here, elbows out and around towards the front with the elbows. So again, I'm bringing my elbows sort of that way, forward, and that induces a sort of closed fold, and I'm internally rotating. Relaxing that, you find neutral and then external. Notice how here this naturally lifts and opens this whole area. Neutral, internal rotation, elbows around the outside and forward, and let yourself create this little shape here, this hollowing of the chest and abdomen. And flow it a couple of times now. External, internal. And again, addition by subtraction. Loosen up and find these pathways. These are eventually they can become like slides, that everything is just sliding around. And sort of working theory is that that is a way of movement where the Parkinson's issues won't be able to really mess with as much, right? That's the idea. Now, from here, up cross. So you're closing one side to the other, and then open like a big rainbow. Up and over, and back. Couple more. Now from here, step your feet wide enough that you got some room in between here. Up, cross in front, and if I turn sideways, my arms are out here. They're not back here, they're out. So we came up and over, cross the wrist, turn the palms down, and let the arms fall down through and separate between the legs. So now we've got internally rotated arms in this sort of closed position. Cross, lift up in that closed position, into this open position. Switch which wrist is crossing. Turn the palms over, let the arms fall through the middle, and then cross. Cross, down and through. One more of each. And from here, bring the legs back to neutral, arms back to neutral. Now, wrists fold down and through, out, rotate, circle. And reverse. And hands open and spread, gather together. Open, gather. Open, soft, tiger claw into a fist. And open, claw to a fist. Open. And thumb touch pinky. Other three fingers drop on top. That's the bird beak. As you do the bird beak, bend the wrist down. Then unbend the wrist, come back. Bend the wrist, thumb to pinky, and other three fingers touch. Bird beak. Bring it back. And finally, monkey paw. So this movable joint in your hand, from that joint, pinky, ring, middle. Notice how this part of the hand is not tucked under, it's long. And then these come together like chopsticks. So pinky, ring, middle, and chopsticks, drop the wrist in. This is the monkey paw. And then release. And bring it back, shake it out. Scoot back a little bit. Let's go into our legs. So you scoot back just enough so you feel very stable on that chair. And then chamber. So knee comes up, heel comes in a little bit, push away, re-chamber, set that foot down. Other leg, chamber, push, chamber, down. Chamber, push, chamber, down. Continue. Push. Now extend the right leg somewhere comfortable, point foot, flex foot. Invert, evert, a little in, a little out. Circle. Reverse circle. Other foot. Point and flex. Invert, evert, just that little in, out. Circles. Circle the other way. And scoot all the way forward on your chair. So once again, you're at the edge. Legs close together. Lift the ball of your left foot, turn on the heel, knee toes point out. Lift the heel, turning on the ball of the foot, the knee comes in, the heel is out. Then lift the toe again, take a swivel step out. Then lift the heel goes out, the knee comes in. One more time, you should be around your maximum here. And then reverse. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moving from the hip socket. Open, external, internal. External, internal. And fold. Walk it in. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. Flowing. 1, 2, 3. In. Other leg. Lift the toe, turn out. Lift the heel, heel out, knee in. Toe out, knee out. Heel out, knee in. Final time, toe out. Walk it in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. In. One more. And neutral. Both. 1, 2, 3. In. 1, 2, 3. Out. In. One more. Legs to neutral, about hip distance. Forward fold. Hinging at the hips. Hands are on your knees and thigh area there. Turning so the elbows point forward. Then as you sit up, arms go back to neutral. Lean back a little bit. And sit up. Fold as you fold, turning on the hands. One more. Similar, except we add a slightly wider stance. From this wide stance, folding forward between the legs and slightly between the arms, the dragon takes a bow, sitting up. Arms turn to neutral, leaning back a little bit from the hips. Sitting up, turning the arms, bowing, folding, sitting up, leaning back. Dragon takes a bow. One more. Now, as you lean back, stay back as you tip to the right buttock. Stay to the right as you bow down and turn your arms to that dragon position. Stay forward as you sweep across to the left side. Stay to the left as you come all the way up and back. Arms are in neutral. Stay back as you go around and then bow. Sweep across. Come up the left side. One more in this direction. Reverse. The other way. Stay forward as you come across to the right. Stay to the right as you go all the way back. Stay to the back as you come around. One more. And middle. Legs back towards middle. Arms by your side. Float them out like wings. Turn your palms up. Reach up. Now, from that up reached position, reach your right arm higher than your left arm, like you're trying to touch something on the ceiling above you. So reach, and then you soften that and reach, and then soften and reach, and soften, reach. Soften. Two more each side. Just notice it's gently loosening shoulder blades, middle and upper back. Now reach both up. And then finally, forward. Now, when you get to about here, start to lift chest forward, chin up. So it starts to feel a little bit like a back bend, gently arching. And forward. Rest here for a moment. Let everything settle. And standing up and sitting down. So we slide our feet back a little bit. So this is an acute angle. And then loose as can be through the arms, chest, shoulders, upper back. And remember our forward fold where it came from in the hips. So we get the shoulders and arms out beyond the ankles. And then when you stand up, these are still just loose and they come right where they should be. Then to sit down, the first gesture is not bending the knees, it's folding at the hips. And then sitting the butt, that's what bends the knees. And then sit back to vertical. Let's do this a few times. So it's trying to make it effortless. So it's kind of like falling or spilling. Rise. And then fold and sit. One more. Once more, stand up, stay standing. Now, don't sit in your chair, but act as if you're gonna. Back up. Again, this is the Tai Chi squat, where we open up the courtyard by taking the hips back. And then we have this space that we can just slide down and up. So if we got to get something from the ground, this is the way. Or if we need to get to the ground, let's say you're feeling lightheaded or faint and you need to get to the ground, the best way there usually is going to be something like this. Sink, kind of like an animal, and get your hands down near the floor. Now, not sure you guys will be able to do this, but this is an exercise that, again, do this within reason, but watch what I do. So I sink, and now my hands are close to the ground, and I reach out, and I can kind of walk out on my fingers just a little bit. I'm not putting all my weight there, and then I'm walking back and coming back up. So see if you can do that. If not, just keep repeating the same squat. So what this looks like is butt back, sink, you get low, and then you kind of tip into your toes, and you got your hands, and you can just take your hands to the ground and see if you can get quadruped. Hands on the floor, keeping some of your weight, and then walk the hands back so you're in your legs only, and rise back up. Try it again. Butt goes back. You slide down to get close to the earth. You kind of tip into the toes a little, go onto your hands. Hands are on the floor or fingertips, and then walk back and rise back up. All right, so that's not only the way to get down, but it's one of the ways you can try to get up from the floor if you're on the floor, right? There's a couple of different ways, but that's one of them. So that's kind of a yoga thing that we don't really do in this class, but it's a way of getting into plank position and down dog and then coming back up. So not really part of it, but that little transition is valuable. So now we're just standing. Knees are soft, but not bent. Body is loose. Now you just gently tip into your toes. Come back to the middle. And then when you tip to the heels, your upper body kind of stays where it is, but your middle moves back. So it almost creates a C curve in the body when you go back into your heels. And then forward into your toes, back into your heels. When you're going forward into toes, back into your heels, there's a little bit of a balance challenge there. And that's mitigated by when you find your middle. So when I'm moving from my middle and I'm relaxed, I can go all the way to the toes, all the way to the heels, and I'm not leaning and tipping and getting myself out of balance. So now from that, when you rock forward, your arms gently swing forward. When you rock back, arms gently swing back. Do that again. Forward, back. Again, forward. Now this time as you swing back, turn your palms to face forward. So you're still in your heels and just let the arms levitate up to about chest height. Rock forward to your toes, your arms come around the outside and reach out in front. So you're in your toes and you're out to your fingertips. Then bend the elbows and just soften and let the hands come back to the mouth as you rock to your heels. So, right, that's all with a rock back. Then rock to the middle, hands settle to the middle. Then do that Tai Chi squat. Your tail goes back and you sink. Arms soft and long. Push through the ground, stand back up, arms stay soft and long, and they end up right alongside you. And you're back to your standing position. From here, rock to your heels, swinging the arms back and up. Rock to your toes. Wrap the arms around all the way to the tippity tips of the fingers, palms face up. Rock to your heels. Hands come back in as if in the mouth. Rock to the middle, hands traveling down that central sort of swallow line. And then the tail goes back. And we sink through that space. And then push through the earth and rise back to standing. Again, rock back, swing the arms back and up, rock forward, rock back, rock middle, tail sneaks out, slide. Once everything's released, you just push through the earth and the body stacks back up. Two more. Rock, 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 rock middle. Through. Back up. Last one. Rock, rock, back, middle, through. Shogun, or closing gesture. Wings, roll, hands come over the top. Settle down to the belly button height. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, relax. And hands come down. Tai Chi. First one, rising hands. So as you come up with the hands, wrist is relaxed, hand is kind of soft, folded over. Forward and up. Then sinking elbows, wrists, heels of hands, palms, fingertips are the last thing to come down. Arms go a little behind you, then forward and up. Then arms, elbows, forearms, heels of hands, palms. And again, as if you're painting that front wall. So think about everything I was saying about Tai Chi and its goals and how that relates to some of the specific challenges of Parkinson's. Right? That when, I don't know if you guys are all experiencing that symptom, but one of them being there are times when the movement is, when the nervous system is sort of triggered and then the body is tense and the movement is less thorough, less smooth. So you're practicing really seeing, oh, I can get my arms all the way up to here and I don't have to be in a stress state. I don't even have to be using the muscles in the traditional sense. It's more like using the hydraulic system. Hands scoop right under, open, and then soften. Let them just float down. Light scooping under. Open. So. Same idea. Accomplishing a pretty large movement of your limb, but with less and less of that traditional stress tension based strength, but more soft, loose. Now from here, wings. Turn both palms upish, just from the elbows fold, hands come over top, sink right down through the middle, all the way through. Totally release the arms, the shoulders, and float another up. Roll, fold, fall down through that space. Now, wings. Right hand turn palm up. As it comes up over, left hand sweeps under, and they meet here. Bottom of a ball, top of a ball. Then they sink and rise at the same time, so they meet in the middle. Then they rise and sink at the same time, meeting at the top and bottom. Then out over and down under, they meet at the wing. Then left palm turns up, over top, right hand sweeps under, top and bottom, sink and rise and sink, out over the top, down underneath. Time it so that you hit each of these dots. Hit, 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 hit. One more of each. Maybe you get rid of those pauses and you just make it one smooth, unbroken round gesture. Down. Loose. Bend both elbows. Turn the palms to face forwardish. Push. Come around the back. Draw. Turn. Push. Around the back. Draw. Push. Around the back. Draw. Now, just the left hand turns, palm forwardish, push. Notice how this causes a little rotation in the body. Then turn that left palm to face the body, right palm to face away. One draw, one push. Right hand turns, left hand turns. One draw, one push. Turn those palms simultaneously if possible. Draw and push. Turn the palms. Draw and push. Turn. Draw. Push. Letting this movement induce this turning, this light rotation of the hips at the leg bones, but also all the vertebrae of the spine, as well as the shoulder blades. Just this nice sliding, gliding. And then bring that right hand back and slide down. Shogun, or closing gesture. And arms down. Take left hand, put it behind the back. Now, right hand, sweep the leg. Naturally, as the hand goes over that way, your weight goes into your left leg, your waist turns a little bit that way. Turn the palm around so it's ready to go the other way. Brush the knee. Comes across. Naturally, the weight changes into the right leg. Turn the hand again. Shift, that's called sweep the leg. Turn the hand, brush the knee. Again. So this little progression of movements is the bear in the stream. So this is just washing your paw. Then you swirl the stream. Turn the right hand to face forward. Go forward, away from the body, around a circle, and then in close. And brush knee. And again, big swirl of the stream. Swirl. Now, the little fish start jumping up a little bit. Low jumping fish. Palm turns sideways, comes across, snatches the fish. Palm turns over, falls back down into the water. Brush the knee. Rises a little bit. Low jumping fish. Brush the knee. Middle jumping fish. A little higher. Down. And high jumping fish. And finally, brush knee and push. Wing, roll, fold. So now we're right inside this little chute, and this arm is a loaded weapon, you might say. Shift, turn, push. As it keeps going and going and going, instead we keep our center, and that naturally brings this arm down. Naturally across. Wing, roll, fold. Find that little space where the hand drops right in, and then it just shoots right on through. Falls into the water, brush, wing, roll, fold. Brush, wing, roll, fold. One more. Now the kind of opposite of that, you might say, hand plays with clouds. Sweep the lake vapors and rises, then this becomes a cloud. Cloud comes across the sky, cloud rains down, fills up the lake. Sweep, vapor, cloud, rain. Sweep, vapor, cloud. Two more. And bring your left hand out. Come across, put right hand behind your back. Now the bear just washing its paw. Brush knee. Sweep leg. Brush. Sweep. Swirl the stream. Down. In close. Low jumping fish. Falls back down through the water. Rises a little. Remember, loose. So if you're executing this with any tension, can you delete that slowly, dissolve that slowly? Middle jumping fish. So addition by subtraction, that's the value of this part right here, when we let the arm drop, we're dropping out whatever it was that we were just doing. And then we're seeing next round, can we do it with even less? And then we drop that out. As opposed to holding tension, still holding that tension, still holding, then you never dissolve it, right? High jumping fish. So we're coming up and over, and then we're just letting this be a yield, release. And brush knee and push, wing, roll, fold, push, down, brush, wing, roll, fold, push, brush, push, brush, push. Hands play with clouds, or hand plays with clouds. Lake, vapor, cloud, rain. Lake, vapor, cloud, rain. Now, as you got left hand to the side here, bring right hand out, turn left hand so that it's ready for brush knee. Now we've got one brush, one sweep, then they turn and they change jobs. The bear washing its paws in the stream. Brush and sweep, turn the palms, brush, sweep. Brush, sweep, brush, and sweep. As that buoyancy increases, it becomes bear swirls the stream, where one arm is doing brush knee, the other is swirling the stream. Swirling the stream. Low jumping fish. One arm is doing brush knee close to the body, the other is snatching that low jumping fish to one direction, other direction. Middle jumping fish. Higher jumping. Bear, brush knee, and push. So here, as this left hand comes down, right arm wing, roll, fold. So we're in this position. So make sure your left hand is not already over here. It's got to be back here, so that we're ready to go brush and push. Then as the right hand starts falling into the water, left hand rise, roll, fold, we're here. And then brush, push. Let them orbit around, brush and push. Brush and push. Pause here, play with clouds. One is a cloud, one is a lake, one is a vapor, one is a rain. One is a cloud, one is the lake, vapor, rain. Both hands down, wash your paws. Wash your paws. Settle to the middle. Sync chi wash organs. We rock back to the heels, arms swing back and up. Rock forward, casting out to the fingertips. Rock back, hands come in past the mouth. Rock to the middle, hands settle to the middle. Tail sneaks out of the way. Sink the tail, arms slide, and then push through the earth. Stand back up. Rock back, forward, back, middle, through. Three more. Wings, roll, hold, settle, settle, settle. Make sure when you're settled. So Sue, it looks a little bit like this when you're holding it versus, see, yeah, that looseness, yet there's a precision all the way to the tips of the fingers. So it's just soft, loose, everything's at ease, and it consolidates here. Then seal, 1, 2. And then thumb, hold. That creates a little kind of yin yang symbol. So that's the closing little hand mudra. Thank you, everybody. Nicely done. If there are questions, feel free. Make sure you know where your chair is before you try to sit down in it.